Kadosh Boker Or Mishna Yomi Masechet Shevuot. Perek Gimel, chapter 3. We are on Mishnah Vav and Zayin. So we're on Mishnah 6 and 7. Says the Mishnah Vav. We're talking about two types of activities that cannot be the subject of an oath or declaration. Right? So let's see. Nishba levatel et mitzvah velo bitel. Imagine a person makes a Shevuot that he's going to annul a mitzvah. He's going to violate a mitzvah. And he did not violate it. He's going to be patur. Why? Because you cannot make a Shevuot against something which is written in the Torah. Because basically you were already made a Shevuot to keep the Torah. So therefore you cannot make a Shevuot against that. Okay? Lekayem. Whenever you make a Shevuot to be mekayem something which was written in the Torah, velo kiyem, right? And you were not mekayem that which was written, right? So he says, patur, right? You're going to be patur also as well. Because again, basically anything to do with this is not going to take into effect. Shaya badin shu chayav kidiv Rabbi Yehuda b'mitera. Now, it would have been logical to say that you shouldn't be obligated in this case, right? Just like Rabbi Yehuda b'mitera says. Amar Rabbi Yehuda b'mitera says Rabbi Yehuda b'mitera, ma'im hareshut she'eno mushba alea me'ar Sinai haru chayav alea. If right now a person is obligated to bring an offering for an oath that he makes, right, an optional act concerning something which is not bound by Har Sinai, to do it or not to do it. Mitzvah shu mushba alea me'ar Sinai. So obviously if he's chayav to do it, then he should do it. Meaning here, since he was mekayem to do a mitzvah, to annul a mitzvah, I understand. Why? You're already commanded from Sinai to not to do the mitzvah. So therefore, you cannot come and make a vow that you're not going, that you're going to break it. It doesn't work. But if you're going to make a vow to keep it, to fulfill it, and then you don't fulfill it, I would have had a havamina that you should be chayav. Because if anyway you're already chayav and now you're just strengthening it through a Shevuah, here you would have been chayav. So he says, right? Amrulo, they said, no, it doesn't work. He says, why? Imamarta bishvuat hadeshut sheken asaba lav kehen. He says to do with a Shevuot hadeshut that he made like the yes, like a positive to a negative. Tomar bishvuat mitzvah shelo asaba lav kehen shem nishpa levatel velo bitel patur. So therefore, the law is that if a person comes and he swore to violate a mitzvah and he did not violate it, he's not going to be violated. So therefore, it has to be able to work by meaning both ways. Remember, lehara or lehetiv, for the good and for the bad. Meaning, technically speaking, you should have been able to make a vow to mikayem a mitzvah. Because you're not going against the Torah. You're only strengthening it. You have to be mikayem the mitzvah. And if you don't mikayem it, now you went against the Torah, plus you went against your Shevuah. But the fact that it's written lehara v'lehetiv, which means for the good or for the bad, it has to be that you're able to make the vow the other way around as well. Now, since you cannot make the vow the other way around, why can you? Because you cannot make a vow against the Torah, right? So therefore, it doesn't work to strengthen it. So therefore, because of that, you're going to be patur in both cases. Mishnah 7, Mishnah Zayin. Shevuah shelo ochal kikar zo. Shevuah shelo ochalna. Shevuah shelo ochalna. What happens if a person comes, and what happened is that he said it a few times. So he comes and he says Shevuah that he's not going to eat this loaf of bread. But then he repeats it a few times. He's going to swear that he's not going to eat it. He's going to swear that he's not going to eat it. So he said it a few times. Yeah? So what happens now? V'achala, now he eats it. Eno chayav alachat. So he's only going to be chayav one. Meaning we're not going to say that since he said it 3 different times, so it's kilu 3 different Shevuot. No, it's one. Okay? Zoi Shevuot bitui shechayvim al zedona makot. This is the Shevuot bitui, which is an oath declaration, where a person is going to be chayav malkut when he actually intentionally violates it. Ve'al shigigata, he's going to be chayav a korban olev yored. Remember, korban olev yored means that if he did it by accident, he has to bring a korban according to his stature and according to his level in society. If he's rich, he brings a be'emah. He's going to be the poorest of the poor, so he's going to bring the birds, right, or the flower offering. Fine. Shevuot shav. Whenever we're going to be speaking about now, Shevuot shav. Chavim al zedona makot v'shigata makot. So a vain oath. What does that mean? So a person is going to be obligated to get malkut if he intentionally violates against it, but he's completely exempt for unintentional. Meaning, if he did it by accident, he's patur legamri. But if he did it on purpose, right, intentionally, then he has to get lashes. So what's the case here? He says, okay, vain oaths are forbidden from the Torah. So he comes and he says like this. Okay, the next Mishnah is going to explain, by the way, what is exactly a vain oath. Meaning, what is Shevuot shav? Right, that there's no value to it. What does that mean? So we're going to learn about it in the next Mishnah. Okay, and that's exactly where we're going to end off for tomorrow.